So I thought since I was sitting here using the Magnasonic, I would go through a little review. So far so good, it's working pretty good. I've had a few little hiccups, so I'm going to talk about those here in a second. But it is working as advertised. You can see how much I've recorded already. I got the largest SD card that you could get, which I believe was a 32. It just fits in right here. Just simply pushed in. The power is right here, and that's all I have plugged in right now. So everything is getting rotated onto this SD card. So initially, obviously it's easy to thread through. You just follow a little white dotted line. This is on here, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, but then it just threads right through. Looks like that even came in. No, it's gone. So it threads under. They literally just follow a little white line. Little white line goes into the reel, and then you plug it into the reel right here when you initially get started. So initially it came off a couple of times, so I held it with my finger, and then it got rolling. I would say within the first few frames it actually stopped. This stopped because it was too tight, and so I moved it I moved it clockwise. I just let some of the tension go, and then it just started going all by itself. So just FYI, if you start and it stops, it might be because this is a little bit tight, and you need to just give this one a little bit of slack. It did stop, this whole thing did stop one other time. I mean, it kept clicking like it was working, but nothing was moving. The frames weren't moving, and so what I had noticed is you can see the little white spots in my reel here, and that's the little tabs where it grabs it and moves it forward, and it was broke. So that was on my film that it stopped. And I just really simply stopped it. You can stop it here, and I moved this forward, and then I started it back up, and it started going. And then once again, as soon as I did that, it stopped again because this was too tight. And so I had to go through the process one more time, start and stop, kind of move these a little bit back and forth, and then started it back up. And ever since then, it's been rolling for at least a half an hour now. One of the things that is super important, you open up the slide deck by pushing this little tab right here, and there's a little tray here, it pops up. And so this is going to be here, and initially I didn't read it, and then I went back, and it says right here, it's really important to place it under the two white tabs. I legitimately had to use the flashlight on my phone because it was so dark and I couldn't see. And once I slid this over, lifted that up, put my tape underneath those two tabs, I held it. I actually held it like this, and then I used my finger to push it down. I held the tape tight and used my finger to push it down. Like I said, ever since then, it's been working like butter. So yeah, I know people have had problems, and obviously don't forget your 8mm versus Super 8. I'm obviously on Super 8. I know people have had problems, but with anything, a little troubleshooting, and you can probably get it moving. Don't be afraid to play with it or whatever. First of all, you're not going to break it, and second of all, you can always return it if you need to. Anyway, I hope that helps anyone else who's considering purchasing this. Thanks, bye.